So, Mr. Daniel Olamide Adewoye.
Wait, you lost my passport before. You just call my full name.
But why Adewoye? Like for your brand name? Why you no check like try choose any posh name or try like any the intellectual?
First things first, right? I feel like people used to take naming yourself as a creative one artist. The people think it should be very difficult or stressful, right? I don't think when I used to do music, like in my early days, I think I used to have some weird stage names. But over time, I just wanted to be known for, like when you hear the name, be like, and I think for the longest, I've never caught anyone bear Adewoye. Adeleke was popular, Adebayo, Adewale, like there's so many Ades. So I just stuck to Adewoye because Adewoye seems very unique. When you hear it, and again, I can break it and you can call me Woye. So Woye was the initial, because I coined Woye and Olamide. It's like Woyola was the initial name. So when you hear Woyola, you search Woyola on Google, my profile would come out. But over time, Adewoye just seemed very cool. Like, that's my surname anyways. So and I wanted to be like, when I mention my name, is because I realized that my people know my works, but people don't actually know who is behind it. Like the name was not sticking. And I would have used Olamide, but Bado.
Fair.
So I was like, okay, what else again? Adewoye seemed like just the right choice. So that was it.
Has it been Adewoye or were you something else before Adewoye?
Before Adewoye was Woyola, Woye from Adewoye, then Ola from Olamide. That was the. So it wasn't like I had like a nickname or something. People. So and the thing with my names are, or my name is rather, when you call me Olamide, I know who it is. Even if I don't, if somebody texts me right now and they're like Alpha Olamide, whoever can call me that name is someone that like, I practically maybe lived with, raised me, or I know somebody from like my childhood. It is never somebody I met during, because my life was in phases. So if you call me Woyola, I know you met me around the time when I was just modeling or trying to go into fitness and whatever. But if you call me Sida, I know you know me from when I was making music. That name, that nobody like that name just dead for as I stopped music. So when you call me Warrior, you call me Adewoye, I know you know me from filmmaking or from like the final. So the names are particular to faces of me. But Adewoye is just like the grounded one. Like after founding, this is what I think I want to do. So I just talk to that.
Okay. Sure, but when you talk about your life being in faces, like you're in faces.
Bro, like they got the change disc. Just play disc 1, disc 2, disc 3.
Crazy. But take us through that phases. Like, where did this all started? Like from both your childhood, family upbringing, what you wanted to be earlier in life. How did it?
This is like the first time I've actually been sharing this. It's like exclusive.
Crazy.
So my parents moved a lot, like a lot, and I think that is why up to today I'll consider myself a traveler. I still love to travel. I want to go to new places because if I don't do one environment too much, I feel cramped and boxed. So my parents traveled a lot, and we changed schools a lot. So I might have to repeat one class like 2 times or go back to previous class to continue. So that one even caused like a bit of regression in my education, but I was a smart kid anyway. So I think my parents were so sure that any school we enter will catch up. So when it's time to move, they just say, how far we are moving? Because my dad was working with the federal government at that time, working with the Ministry of Agriculture. And then today they say make you go one place, go that place. And my mom was a teacher. She's a writer too, so she did journalism. So she could be fluid with her work, and she was independent at that time. She was like writing freelance. I don't know if yeah. So that was just the way it was growing up. So at that time, I think this sketchbook reminded me of, because I think drawing, or should I say sketching, was like the first skill that I taught myself. I would pick notes around the house, carry pencil, and this particular eraser was one of the, like, this is an architect eraser. every architect, every that does pencil drawing would know this tiki. And my mom saying that I have this drawing skill and whatever, she was like, ah, come and do art, go to art department, this, that. So while I was in primary school, she enrolled me for an architecture class, a studio owned by a friend, a childhood friend. And the fact that my grandfather was one, and he does like, he builds all those factories, he would draw the steel plan and everything. So he was really big with that. So she wanted me to like do something her father was doing. So that was pretty much how I, you know, got into architecture. But I didn't pursue that. So things changed. We moved again. And then I grew up in a house that my aunties loved different kind of music. Reggae, they love shampoo, they love like they will play all those hip hop that people were vibing to at that time. And then my grandfather would play barista, would play Sonny Ade. So there was a mix of old school music in the house and then new
Hip hop,
age
yeah.
music at that time. So I had experience to everything. So even now that I'm even DJing, is because of the fact that I was exposed to music early enough. Then my father persuaded born me to Nara, reggae artist. Even up to now, she's trying to
Crazy.
she's trying to perform. And so I would say my background, my family, none of my family members would term themselves creatives, but they were, based on how rebellious my aunties were. Not in a bad way, but considering my grandfather, they don't send. My aunties were the first. Having house party, like having an house party experience in my entire life. Now my aunties first do house party. Now they're in their 40s, oh, but then in their 20s, I think they were doing their 23rd or 24th birthday. They do house party for the entire street. Like friends came, alcohol, the people just would dance inside parlor. I mean, as a young child, I was just there like, wait, what is happening to this?
Yeah, that's all I did.
So I would say I just grew up in a family where everybody was experimental, everybody was living life as it comes, everybody was to
Everybody
have fun,
explore.
everybody to explore.
Yeah.
And despite the differences of the family and whatever they go on, it still don't stop anybody from being who they. Everybody just believes in see live and let live.
Yeah.
So that has formed my, should I say, my entire thought process and career as a human being. So
You talked about modeling. You mentioned modeling like the first time we did talk. Yeah. Take us through that.
that one was local. I'm not even going to lie, because I'm not like the buffest dude. If you look at it, nothing at me get body pass. So one day I dey go buy fuel for chapel. I just see vacancy. They say office assistant needed for gym. And one thing about me is I'm very impulsive. If something, if I usually don't think about the process first. I think about the end goal. If the end goal makes sense, by the chook neck.
Sap.
So,
I say
because I'm a fan of the process, we figure itself out.
that kind of thing.
Just start first. So that's the way I am. And I see office assistants because the place was inside the filling station. I just jump. Oh, I go meet them. Say, I'd like to do this job. They say, oh, are you sure? I say, yes, I can. I sweet talk the man. The man said, okay, come and start tomorrow. My salary was 13K then. I just reach out to my parents. I don't see work. Oh. I don't see work here. Say, wait for gym. For gym. I don't know. And that was how I started. Started in the gym, and then it got interesting. Now, one thing about me is I'm also solution oriented. I don't want to carry the law in a place. If I think this is where something should go, I go try make it up. This thing should be like this now. How far? Then before you know it, gym don't double, numbers don't multiply. They open new branch.
Crazy.
Adewoye, come and go and manage this new branch. Oh. Any which way, that was why I started another gym. So some of the customers from the other branch followed me to the new branch. Like, cool. Because one thing about me is, I was always bring innovation to a place. But at some point, I just feel like I need growth at this point. I can't be here forever. I don't like to stay in one place for a very long last time. Unless the company or the brand is a brand that is always chasing excellence. Like, oh, let's do something new. Let's do something fresh. So it keeps my brain, refreshed. One of my customers just came and was like, see, how much are they paying you in this place? It was as if God just sent her. I said, see, Mrs. Coca, God bless you wherever you are. I said, this amount to 13K or 15K. She's like, no, 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 no. There's this new gym that's opening. It's in this place. Would you like to work there? I said, yes. She just called the person.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, the gym don't deal, but road to the place was bad. But they've now fixed it. So the gym was reopening. So they were calling back all their old customers. They called her. She was like, oh, what's up? Go for interview tomorrow. This man wants to see you. So I had to take an excuse at my workplace. Go for the interview. The man said, I want you to start tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, okay. I said, no, you give me. And that time I didn't know, like, if you want to leave a workplace, you have to give, like, there's a notice period. And I'm like, tomorrow, okay. I was anxious, like, tomorrow, how? She was like, we opened already, and she recommended you. I said, okay. But I asked for 1 week. I think I asked for like 5 days or so. I was like, okay. I had to just go and tell my former guy that I've gotten admission. And all this period, I never entered school. Because jam me like twice. So I just told myself, say fuck school. I told myself, make school wait. So I just got into work. At that time, I didn't think school was going to define my success. So I just entered street like, see, let's work. And I wasn't going to do anything. I wasn't going to do any menial job. Because while I was doing my secondary school, my WAEC period with my auntie, I do bricklayer, bro. I carry block, I carry cement. Carry 200 block per day is 1K. So I was lifting 200 block distance. Now I did that for a long time. Me, I don't know how the gym. Now when I go apply for job for that first gym, I read the physique that sold me like, okay, you get body now, you should go sell as instructor. But while I was working as bricklayer and carrying, if you notice, bricklayer is always day chiseled.
Yeah.
Because that work is basically workouts.
Physical work.
Physical workouts. They're carrying every 50 kg, 20 kg, like morning and night every day. You go day rips, they don't burn you. To me, I was trying to just get bread because I bought my WAEC uniform, sandals, everything I needed for my WAEC. I bought it myself from the money I made from the bricklaying job. That was how, fast forward, I started work at that gym. And while I was in church, I met a friend, Enafilamo, a very great guy. I met him in church. He was a drummer at that time, but was also he was a photographer. When he came to church, then he saw my outfit that day when he came. He was like, I like this outfit. It wasn't a Boroboro outfit. Michelle likes to stay to church. It was my brother's outfit. I wears church. Then I saw him, I was like, wait though. If you check, I'm on braids right now. I change my hairstyle all the time. I can just go on low cut or go on this or just try to. I'm very eccentric like that. So one time I saw him. I'm like, see. Then I started working at that gym. I'm like, wait though, I won't even take photo shoots. Come on, we'll do shoots now. So I think I posted something on my Instagram. Then I saw it was having likes. I posted my body at the gym. Then people were liking it. I'm like, maybe I should even enter this niche of content. So I called him Alpha. He came to the gym, we took pictures, and before you know it, I posted. It was getting likes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start now. So we'll come up with concepts. So he was using me to practice to do editorial. Me, I was using him to do as per model, as my photographer.
Yeah.
So and that's one thing about collaboration. Most times it would not be it would never be, sometimes it may never be beneficial monetarily, but there is something that comes out of that relationship.
Yeah.
And I'll say for creatives, there's something called silver lining for a purpose. You should always learn to see silver lining can be as thin as your hair. But if you are patient enough, you'll see the silver lining in every collaboration, every relationship, everywhere you find yourself when it comes to giving your own value to something else. Even when I was a videographer, only event I did not shoot. I don't know, bro. I shot burial. As they carry the coffin come off for. I know I film am. Person propose, I film. Naming ceremony, I film. Wedding, I film. Graduation, I film. So tell me which events are not covered. So if you tell me now and say put this thing in the archive, in the hard drive. So being someone that is just involved in a lot of things growing up, because I was finding a stance. Because I used to ask God, what's my talent? So modeling started when I saw an opportunity. I had a gym. I was working out. every day, free gym, morning and night. So I was increasing in my size. I had a photographer friend, location day. So we're just taking pictures. I saw an audition. I sent my picture. I was picked. I went in. They evicted me. No, I was picked. Then they came and said, we're sorry, we picked more than numbers we prepared for, so we have to shrink you guys again. So we have to reduce you guys. And I already made it in. Before I know, they come out me, say, Afa, bye-bye. Then that was when I met my manager, my first manager. Then when he just came in, he just was like, no, don't come on this person now. You, about come back, you, out. And so they returned me, come on somebody else. And long story short, I won third place, Mr. Universe.
Crazy.
How old was I? I was not even 18 at that time. So there's something I also want to share about being cringe. Is like, if you are cringe with motion, you always meet your luck. Like, clarity would come. Motion is just the difference between being cringe and then having clarity. Is motion. Because if you don't leave point A
to point B,
you cannot get to point B. So
definitely.
motion is, and by motion, whether or not na bicycle, na keke or na Lego, just don't stay in one spot.
Depending on how you drive, go there.
Just don't. Now you go the time you go drive reach there, but shall not stay one spot.
Place, yeah.
If na jogging, if you dey jog, try dey carry am. Don't stay one place.
What happened after that, Mr. Universe? How did you now transition to videography?
Like I said, it was, and now during Mr. Universe I was Woyola. Before Mr. Universe I was Sida, because I was into music. So that was like my
modeling, everything.
Yes. Before modeling, I was into music. Music was my, aside drawing and that, because now I'm really rusty. I don't even know how to draw shit, but music is something that would always stay. So I would go to the studio after gym at that time. So I was Sida. Now I entered modeling. I met my manager. Then I became Woyola, because that's to be a unique name. But it didn't go as planned. Some things happened. Then at that time, one of my good friends, one of my guy, because I still consider him my guy, he told me one thing, Korede below. He said, see, in life, just acquire something that nobody can take from you. Like, that's what brought up my theory about having a social account. Like I said, social accounts can also have experience inside. So whatever somebody cannot take from you is something that you have up here. So it opened my mind to the fact that your mind is your biggest power. You can train your mind and feed your mind things. And so I started learning how to shoot. There was a camera at the house. There was a laptop. I taught myself editing. I taught myself Premiere Pro, After Effects. There was Wi-Fi. I will know the commode, except for the show day. Or I have to walk Broadway, or there's something for me to, maybe there was an appearance for me as Mr. Universe. But half of the time, the house I did. So it was my test subject. I would clone him, shoot, do, and then if I had a show, I would just carry camera, follow him, shoot, do behind the scenes. Me, I was just doing my thing. But when I left, and I needed to start like afresh, and I realized that more. That was when those things dawned on me, like it dawned on me, like, Omo, you don't get anything, no money for accounts, zero. And I realized that, Omo, one thing still do. Sabi shoot, Sabi edit. I'm not that useless after all. I just started to apply for video editing jobs.
Crazy. Self-taught. Mad.
That was it. Another person could come out, would throw everything they don't learn, acquire. Because they don't go see the usefulness in them. So we just try, now they're going to start afresh from something else. Me, I said no. When I looked at it, I shot Credibility multiple times. Pictures, videos, behind the scenes in the UK. We've done shoots in Switzerland. Like, this also shows like I've traveled to shoot. Most of people that are starting videography never cross from Lagos to Ibadan. Outside, no, some people never did booked outside of Lagos before. Some people are just only mainland. This is not to shame any videographer, but I'm saying people are starting out. Some people are starting out and then their booking is just in mainland, Ikeja, Yaba, Just that's just the and
Surroundings, environment.
me. Say I just start like this. Say I carry camera. So make I teach myself. I find myself shooting in different countries.
Crazy portfolio.
See, it was like on a platter, and that's what I said about having to see silver line in everything. I wasn't paid for shit. I wasn't paid for carrying the camera. But I was just adding my own to the team. I love the song. I love him as a person. Like, oh, this person is my guy, and so genuinely, I'll just carry camera. Oh, let me do what I can do. Let me make and edits were hard, bro. Because I was going hard in my edits. I wanted it to be like what his peers, like his celebrity peers, would. So my journey was through trying to discover myself or what my purpose was. I had different experiences. So I think what me trying to even I think me being purposeless at first was a purpose in its own sense. Because while trying to find that purpose, I had different experiences. Which I never do before again. I think I've not done Gitman or done I don't serve food for party before. Bro, carry tray, serve jollof rice.
So, but how did you transition from being a videographer to like video director?
One thing, economy played a huge role in that because the industry is changing. It's changing, and for me, like I said, I like growth. I don't like to stay in one. I'm already plotting my 5 years time. Like I did like this. I always daydream my future. One island. See, I no laptop, just a chop, the drink, maybe pina colada, one cocktail or something. I mean, I'm just very delusional with life. I want to just live the softest life. And to do that, you cannot be a videographer, bro. You cannot be doing. No, you have to offer something to the ecosystem at large. So the amount of value you can offer depends on how much you will get back in terms of cash. So I've spent years to build experience, build a lot of things for the life I want.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to move in a way that is going to catch or cash out what I look out for. So video directing is a part to where I'm heading to. Creative direction is also another line that I'm also very vast in because I've handled a lot of things. I've taught myself design, taught myself web design, taught myself editing, taught myself music production, taught myself how to DJ, taught myself marketing. I taught myself, you name it, whatever it is valuable and useful in this capitalist world, I know how to run it. I know how to do it. I've done projects on that. So most people don't know that I'm also like a founder. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm innovative. When I see problems, I like to build solutions. So in form of maybe softwares, app, and whatever. So that's also like a side in what I do. So that's also like another pathway to that soft life I told you. At the end, soft life is really important before we die. So, I mean, as much as I'm innovative and all of that, I just want to make the world great. I want to be great myself. So yeah.
So, your story goes far.
But I said if I do film, cinema, I never talk some things because, but like I said, a man that finds his purpose, we see it.
Yeah, it's true.
If you find your purpose, you go see him.
Yeah. So I say you didn't move, chat.
Like I said, see, I also move from cringe to clarity. It's just to have motion. I've not finished this drawing actually. You can tell the time was not enough. This is just the framework. So maybe if I have time, I'll finish up, add some shades and highlights. But you can see it's just framework. But I mean, shit. So this one, I see that be this. I've been Adewoye. But thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming, bro. Means a lot. Because your story now inspire like man. I say.
Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Cringe to Clarity. Remember, if you like, don't get motion. You suffer. If you are cringe, just have motion. Clarity will show up.
That's it.
And then find your purpose. It's really important.
Yeah. Thank you.
I pray that you find clarity in Jesus' name. Amen.